Welcome to Jordan and Isaac's podcast. Today, we will be talking about sports, which is NBA, baseball, NFL, and college basketball. Let's start off with the NBA. The NBA regular season ends on Sunday, and the NBA playoffs start on April 16th.
Yes, they do. So, what do you think about the Lakers being out of it?
I'm not that upset, but I'm upset because they had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they do, and I think the Clippers could do it. Except, the Bucks look great. The 76ers look great, and then Miami Heat are looking great. And if going West wants to get back into it, they need Stewie to come back.
Who?
Scurry. He needs to come back from the...
Stephen Curry?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Clippers, the Warriors, and the 76ers. I don't care who makes it to the playoffs besides the Boston Celtics.
I'm hoping the Boston Celtics don't make it because I don't want to see them in it. Except those are the teams I want to see. They get into it.
With the Brooklyn Nets in the play-in tournament, with a record of 41-38, do you think they can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or get close?
I think they could get close to it if they could get to it or get to the wild card like that. I think they could do it.
Did you see that Kyrie Irving scored 42 points last night?
I seen the highlight. I didn't see the game, except I saw the highlights.
And Embiid scored 45 points. I feel like if Embiid and Irving was not injured at all, both of them would be really close to in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, they could be right there. And so those.
Same with Stephen Curry.
Yeah. If he wasn't injured right now, he could be right there like that. Except right now he's injured. Except I think because if he comes back off the injury list, I think they could probably get to the finals with him, with the team they have. So you got to see the Warriors, the Clippers, all those teams are looking great right now on fire.
If Stephen Curry was not injured right now, the Warriors would not be in a position to fall to number 4.
Yeah.
And there was a report a couple of days ago that Stephen Curry said most likely he will return to the Warriors in the playoffs. But Steve Nash, the coach for the Brooklyn Nets, said Ben Simmons is not playing this season.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Except without
Ben Simmons, even with Durant and Irving.
Yeah, I think those two guys
cannot carry the team.
No.
Especially if one of them goes down in the playoffs.
Yeah. So, because you need a third person to help. Those two guys, except actually they can. Except look at back in 2000, 2001, and 2002. Look at Shaq and Kobe did. Yeah, they had help on the bench. So they had guys. Except those two did it. They had players around them who help. Except if the Brooklyn Nets had guys who could shoot the ball like a 3 and help those guys, I think the Brooklyn Nets could probably get there. If those guys, the rest of the team, could help and start shooting the ball a little bit more, I think they could probably do it.
Without the play-in tournament, the top 6 teams are Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks, 76ers, Raptors, and Bulls. Out of those six teams, who are the two that will make it to the finals without the teams in the play-in tournament?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say
Boston Celtics, the Bucks, and 76ers are tied, all three with a 49-30 record.
I don't see the Celtics going all the way with those teams you just said, because those
Bucks and 76ers.
Yeah, and the Miami Heat too. I don't see those the Celtics going against those guys because how they're playing really good like that. So, and I don't see. So and then the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know because they're gonna be hard going against the Bucks, the Heat, and the 76ers. So I think those two teams might get eliminated for the playoffs.
Who?
I think it might be the Brooklyn Nets and the Celtics.
Gets eliminated?
Yeah.
In the first round or the second round?
I'm gonna say the Brooklyn Nets get beaten in the second round. Like that.
The Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the Bucks against the 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I feel like that series would go to 6 or 7 games.
Yeah. So if those two teams meet up, you might go to 7 games, because both the 76ers and the Bucks are great, and you might see a 7th game to get for that trophy. So one of those two teams you're gonna see going in for the trophy.
That means Miami Heat does. That means what I'm predicting is Miami Heat does not beat the Bucks. But remember, the last couple years in the playoffs, the Bucks would do really good in the playoffs, and then Antetokounmpo would get injured. Yeah. Remember, was it last year or the year before that he went down and the Bucks lost?
Yeah. It was like the first year they got into the second round, because after he got injured, they went down. Except that time they went into the playoffs, got the trophy, he wasn't injured. So that's kind of weird. He was injured the first time, then the second time he wasn't.
Was not?
No. So if they do the same thing they did last year with the Bucks win the trophy, if they do the same thing for him not getting injured, I think only play him for a couple minutes, let him sit for a few minutes, and then let him play a little bit. Give him a break every few times, and you could probably rest him. Don't let him play all the minutes. If say he gets hurt, he's not gonna be. Without him, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna keep their title.
Who do you think there's a possibility that it could be a rematch of the Bucks versus the Suns, or the Bucks against the Warriors in the finals? Because in the Western Conference, it's the Suns, Grizzlies, Warriors, Mavericks, Nuggets, and the Jazz. The Jazz beat the Grizzlies last night, so if they meet in the playoffs, I feel like Utah Jazz has a chance.
Yeah, I think the Jazz have a chance
to derailing the Grizzlies.
Yeah. So say you take the Grizzlies out of the picture, right? Say the Jazz beat them, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now you still got the Suns in front of them, and you still got the Warriors still in front of them. So
that is if Utah Jazz avoids the play-in tournament, because they're number 6.
Yeah. So if they do that, so those are so after they say they beat the Grizzlies, they gotta see who they have to play next. So basically, you just gotta see what the Jazz do.
So you and I, both of us have it being the Bucks and the 76ers for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Who do we have in the Western Conference? I have it being the Suns against
I'm gonna say
I don't know. Lakers are out, so I don't know. Clippers or Warriors against the Suns in the Western Conference Finals
so what I'm thinking it might be the Royals.
against the Suns in the Western Conference
Yes.
Finals.
So I say those two teams will meet to get for the trophy.
James Wiseman is out for the season. So we'll see what happens next week. The playoffs start. But now let's talk about baseball like you watching.
All right. So now you have for the Mets are not going to be because after Matt Scherzer and
Wait, let's let everybody know. Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom is injured.
Yeah.
And there's not a timetable for them to return, right?
so we don't know how long they're going to be out. So now the Mets have to find a starter to open the game at home. So without those two guys, and I like Matt Scherzer, except it's just like that money was just too much for the Mets to get.
Who else is on the Mets that is a starting pitcher that is good? I don't know anybody, do you?
No, I don't know who. Except after they lost that one pitcher to the Angels, if say the Mets,
Who?
the
Michael Lorenzen?
no, the guy that he played for the Mets, they call him Thor.
No, it's Syndergaard.
Yeah. If Syndergaard,
Oh, yeah.
if Syndergaard didn't leave the Mets, he'll be the starter.
For opening day, but they're still trying to figure out who's pitching.
Yeah. So they got good players on that team, except they don't have a starter. So I don't know who's gonna be the starter for the opening day without those two guys.
With that said, who is the favorites to make the World Series?
So
I have it the Angels, Dodgers, Atlanta Braves, maybe the Phillies and the Brewers and the Blue Jays and the Yankees.
So let's talk about the Philly. So Philly only has one good pitcher.
Aaron Nola.
Yeah, he's only one starter. Except they have good 5 starters, except they don't have a bullpen. So that's what they're trouble because they're like the Angels. They're like the Angels without a bullpen. Dude, they only have like one guy who could close the game, and they don't have a good bullpen. That's how they lose the games. You know, I think the Philly could do it, except they don't have a bullpen. That's the thing.
What team is Jake Arrieta on? Is he still in the MLB?
I know they let him go last year from Philly, so I don't know what team he's on now. I don't know if he's still playing baseball or he left.
If he's still playing baseball, could whatever team he's on, and we need to look into that, do you think they could make it to the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they can.
But Jack Arrieta is like a reliever pitcher, right?
Yeah. So if he's on a good team, he could help them really good. And then let's talk about Tatis. Now Tatis didn't say nothing about getting hurt because he rode on his motorcycle, got hurt. Didn't say nothing. Didn't have the surgery, and I thought hit it from the baseball team.
Who?
Tatis. He didn't. He was supposed to. He got in a car accident, a motorcycle accident, and that's how he broke his wrist.
He's out for 3 months, but that was like a month ago. So
Yeah.
he. Do you think he could be back before the All-Star break?
Yeah, if he had if he had the surgery back in December, he had the accident. Yeah, he'll be playing. He'll be back. He'll be back in April.
Wait, it happened in December?
Yeah.
And now they're just saying he's out for 3 months?
Yeah, because he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing to the team. So he could already been back in April, in middle of April, already. Except after
They were being sneaky.
Yeah, he was being sneaky, not telling the team. So now he won't be back to after the All-Star game or the last getting into the All-Star game. So now without him, I mean, yeah, the Padres still got a team. They could probably still get into the playoffs.
They have Joe Musgrove, but I don't think he was that good last year.
He didn't, except I mean, you go to different teams with the different pitchers. The pitching coach could help that pitcher come good with the work on their mechanics, like that. Except now the trade for the Dodgers send it to the White Sox and to the Dodgers. I think the closer, he's not, because he gives a lot of home runs for the White Sox for closing the game, and now they send him to the Dodgers. I like the closer who Jansen was a lot better than him on the Dodgers, and then you go out and get him. In the preseason, he gave up about 15 home runs to different teams.
Who?
The closer from the Dodgers.
Jackson?
Yeah.
No,
the new closer they got from the White Sox.
Liam Hendricks?
Yeah.
I listened to the game, the Angels-Dodgers game the other night, and he was in the ninth inning, and he was able to shut down the Angels 1-2-3. So before the Angels-Dodgers, when spring training first started, he was giving up home runs left and right.
Yeah. Because I watched the Dodgers playing. I just seen him. Dude, the first game he played with the Dodgers, it was him down, he gave up like
5 runs.
5 runs, 2 home runs to different players.
Were they veteran players or like rookies?
Rookies. He was not striking out the rookies and like that. And then what happens, he goes into...
Do you think he's overrated then?
Yeah, he's not... I mean, he was good back then, not giving up the home run. He was only giving up, 5 home runs? 5 home runs from different teams. That was it. So now, that's why they made the deal. So I don't see him. So the Dodgers are going to... I mean, the bullpen, it's not the same, And then, so Frankie went back to the Kansas City Royals too.
Frankie Montas?
No, you know how he was on Zach
Greinke.
Yeah, remember how he was with the Dodgers and the Houston. He went back to the Royals.
With that said, who wins the AL West? The Angels, Athletics, the Rangers, or the Mariners? Oh wait, there's 5 teams. I'm missing one. Who am I missing?
The Astros. So I don't see the Astros. Those teams. I see the Angels coming out of it. Then for the Central, I see the White Sox.
And for the AL East.
For the East, I see.
Do you think it's Yankees, Red Sox, or the Tampa Bay Rays?
I see one of the. I see those 3 teams taking the wild card, and I'm gonna say the Blue Jays maybe take first place. So you got those 2.
They have that good of a team.
Yeah,
Who do they have?
Because you picked up Matt Chapman for the Blue Jays. He's good. Then the center fielder they got from the Houston Astros,
Springer.
He signed a 6-year deal with him. He's a power bat. Plus they picked up Matt Chapman, and then that's all they got was pitchers and relievers, and with that, they got a great team.
Who wins in the National League West, East, and Central?
I'm gonna say the Dodgers take the first place. I say the Padres take the wild card.
So second place.
Then for the Central, it's gonna be the St. Louis, and then for the I'm gonna say Atlanta, and I'm gonna say Philly.
For the NL East.
Yeah, I want to say they come in second.
Oh wait, what league? What?
Talk about baseball.
No, what division is the Phillies
They're in
in?
the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
East Coast. So I don't, and then I don't know about the Mets because how Degrom and them and Matt Scherzer, if say they come back, they're gonna get hurt again. You know, you can't really count on those two guys to help your team. You know, it's like it's like it's like the Mets and the Colorado Rockies make bad decisions signing these big names and they don't. It's like Chris Bryant. Okay, that's a great deal. That's not a great deal for 7 years. That's a lot of money. The Colorado Rockies aren't going to go nowhere because pitchers don't like to play in Colorado because the ball goes out for a home run. So that's why you don't see big name pitchers play for Colorado.
For the Angels, who's going to have more home runs? Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani? And who do you think gets a home run first? Who has more and who hits the first one?
I'm going to say because Mike Trout has 300 something home runs already. So I'm going to say it's going to be kind of hard because both of those guys could hit the home runs. So I'm going to say Mike Trout will probably hit 40 something home runs this year. And if you could get
Who hits the first home run? Do you think Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani hits a home run tomorrow?
I think it might be Ohtani. So if you get Rendon, Mike Trout, and Ohtani start going with those big bats, I see
David Fletcher is really good.
Yeah, I see Mike Trout hitting 46 home runs. I see Ohtani hitting 40-something home runs. And I see Rendon hitting 30-something home runs. And I see Fletcher hitting maybe like 29 to 30 home runs.
Who wins the MVP this year?
So it could be Ohtani, it could be Mike. You gotta look. You got great teams on the American League who get the MVP. Then you got a lot of good players on the National League who get the MVP for both of those. So it's like kind of too early who's gonna do it. You have to wait towards the end, so who gets it, like that. So it's kind of hard to say who's gonna get it because it's kind of too early right now. Who's gonna get the MVP? So you gotta wait like towards to like October or like December. They announce it.
Oh, okay.
So like that.
Okay, two more things and then we will be finished. For college basketball, Kansas came back from 16 points, which is the longest comeback in men's March Madness history, and beat North Carolina.
Yeah.
72-69, and Duke tried their hardest, but they lost.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Duke was gonna do it. So
and they have Kansas. They have Kansas winning it again next year.
Yeah. So I thought, man, after watching North Carolina in 19, North Carolina was just like scoring a lot of points. I believe that team came back and upset North Carolina, and I think that same team could win it this year and win it next year again.
Kansas,
because they're great.
They're like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. So I think there's nobody who's gonna stop Kansas this year or next year.
Speaking of Kansas City Chiefs, who are your top 3 teams in the NFC and AFC?
So I'm gonna go for the I'm gonna say the Rams. The Rams could be there again because they've been picking up some good players. And I'm gonna say that's wonderful.
I have it being the Bucks, the Rams, the Packers, and the Eagles. And for AFC, I have it being the Broncos, Chargers, and the Patriots because they picked up Devontae Parker from the Dolphins. Do you like that trade?
Yeah, I seen that trade. That'll really help him a lot. I mean, now.
Why did they trade him away? Was it because they got Tariq Hill?
Yeah. So, for me, I think they'll come in second behind the Buffalo Bills. Except I'm worried. I mean, now because everybody's worrying about the Miami Dolphins, how they're letting everybody know we got a better team than all of you guys. And I'm not going to count out the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Denver Broncos. Those three teams are going to fight for first place. I'm not worried about the Chiefs because the Chiefs are worried.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, they're worried about him. Except Patrick Mahomes is worried about the Denver Broncos, the Raiders, and then the Chargers. Because there's no way, he's watching TV and watching these three teams getting a lot better. And he's, if he didn't sign that big contract, if he didn't sign that big contract, took a less money, dude, he kept all these guys who, to stay on this team and win a lot of Super Bowls. Except you got your running back who just left, wanted more money from the Miami Dolphins, and you're gonna see two more guys gonna leave.
Who's going to be better, the Dolphins or the Patriots?
I'm gonna say, I know I'm a Patriots fan, so I'm worried about the Miami Dolphins. That's the thing that if they don't figure something out, I think the Miami Dolphins might come in second place over the Patriots.
Okay, really fast. Back to baseball. I heard on the radio last night that the Angels always start off slow. Do you think they start off slow this year, or do you think they win games?
I think they might start off slow. Except if they start slow, they're gonna
if they start off slow, I don't think they will make the playoffs. Do you?
No, because say Houston gets in first place, right? And say puts
right off the bat.
Right off the bat, if they start, it'll be kind of hard the Angels to get. They might get lucky to get the wild card. If they let the Houston get so far, they didn't have first place for a long time.
If the Angels start off slow, I can see even the Rangers being better than the Angels.
I know. I can see that too.
But not the Mariners. See, I can see every team being better than Angels if the Angels start off slow, besides Oakland. Yeah. Oakland is a rebuilding team.
Yeah. So the Angels need to stay steady.
That both of us are Angel fans. I'm sure we're happy that Anthony Rendon and Mike Trout is back. Hopefully they're 100%.
Yeah. So I know Rendon is a champion already because he's won one with the Nationals. So now you guys just got to get one for Mike Trout to do it.
But if the Angels are like the Lakers, we could be talking about like in 3-4 months that the Angels are eliminated.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can see everybody still loves the Angels. They don't. Yeah, the Angels fans want to see them in the World Series again.
Of course, everyone believes that the Dodgers will be better than the Angels this year, right?
Yeah, because the owner's got money. He could put out the pit.
Dodgers have more money.
Then, it's like the owner he wants to go out and get hitters. He's said you need to go out and spend on pitchers.
Like the Angels did.
Yeah. So if he didn't put all his money in buying hitters, big names like the Yankees, if you put your money getting pitchers and relievers, the Angels could be in the playoffs every year like the Dodgers.
Okay. Last thing, do you think Clayton Kershaw will be good this year?
We'll see what he does.
He's having a hard time staying healthy.
Yeah, because he's 33? He's 33. It's always his back. He can't stay he can't stay healthy, and like that, it took him out in the playoffs against Atlanta in the second round. And then Matt Scherzer was out. So yeah, if you had Matt Scherzer and Kershaw in the thing, oh yeah, they'd be Atlanta.
Max Scherzer left the Dodgers.
Yeah, except if say
That makes me happy.
yeah, it made me happy too. If say Matt Scherzer didn't get hurt last year with the Dodgers and Kershaw didn't get hurt, say those two were pitching for the Dodgers, they could probably won the World Series last year. Except with those two guys, and you had a lot of injuries. You know, if the Dodgers didn't have a lot of injuries, they'll be a World Series champion last year. Except, I was happy the Dodgers got eliminated. Except I was happy for Atlanta because they beat the Astros. You know, I was happy on that. So, you know.
With all that said, we will see you guys next week, and we will be able to talk about the first week of the season and have fun at the game tomorrow, Jordan. Talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Go Angels.